What is up, guys? It's Sky, and today I have for you Fighter Squadron on PC, and it's something that was a little bit apprehensive about at first. I definitely didn't like the idea of having to drag your mouse to turn, and it's one of the reasons that I kind of shied away from the PC version of Battlefront. I'm actually not a fan of using a controller on PC. I'm kind of a keyboard and mouse enthusiast, and you can call me a bit of an OCD gamer. If I jump on a PC game, I want to use the keyboard and mouse. What you're seeing is probably my third or fourth game of Fighter Squadron, and as you can see, I picked it up pretty fast. Now, I actually didn't fly in the beta for Battlefront, but from what I understand, the flying controls have changed since the beta. I've heard a lot of people on YouTube claim that the controls are unresponsive, and obviously I have no basis for comparison, but it was a little different than what I expected. If you haven't noticed by now, there's a little yellow icon that's hovering around the screen, and that's basically where my mouse is going. And the key really is to watch that little yellow icon, and the further away from center it is, the harder you'll turn. This basically solves the biggest problem I would have had with a keyboard and mouse setup, in that I wouldn't want to have to lift and drag my mouse to be able to keep turning. And it all worked well and good until I had to tail, and then I had to kind of shift my perspective a little bit. Basically, I started using the little yellow arrow as my crosshairs, and I'll cut to a clip of me tailing a TIE interceptor. As you can see, I'm using the little yellow cursor, and I feel that I have an even greater level of precision when leading a moving target with a mouse than I do with an analog stick. And I'll cut to another clip of me tailing a TIE fighter, and you see here, I position my target directly between the little yellow arrow and the aiming reticule, and it leads them perfectly. So if you're playing on PC and was having trouble with the keyboard and mouse controls for flying, try giving this thing a shot. You can be extremely accurate with it once you learn it. You just have to take your eye off your aiming reticule and focus your attention toward the little yellow icon. I feel it'll give you an advantage over people that are trying to use a controller to fly. In this gameplay, I actually ended up going 13, 6, and 1. Not too shabby for my third or fourth game. I actually did even better in one of the games before this, but I wasn't recording. The only other recommendation I would make if you're flying on PC with a keyboard and mouse is you have to rebind your evasive maneuvers. Having your maneuvers bound to F1, F2, and F3 is just no dice. And while you're at it, rebind your speed boost or your shield and your missiles. As you can see, I have my shield bound to one of the thumb buttons on my mouse. That lets me instantly access it, which is extremely important. And even on PS4, I claw grip the controller with my left hand, so that even if I'm trying to soft lock an enemy ship, I can activate my shields immediately if I need to. And actually, that claw grip on the left hand thing is something that I've pretty much been doing permanently nowadays. If you've played Halo or the new Doom game, there's a bumper jumper setup where you have jump mapped to the left bumper, and basically that lets you shoot and jump at the same time, because in those games, jumping around and being highly mobile is a huge aspect of winning gunfights. And I used to switch back and forth, but nowadays for consistency, I pretty much always adopt the left hand claw grip. And if you see my Luke Skywalker guide or my ATST video, you'll know that it's really useful in pretty much all aspects of the game. So yeah, give those things a try. And if you can't get the keyboard and mouse controls down on PC, then no problem. You can always just plug a controller in, and that works pretty good too, as long as you're not OCD like me. As we finish out this round of Fighter Squadron, where the Rebels have a huge advantage, and it's been that way since launch. I don't know what possibly DICE could do to balance this game mode, but come Bespin DLC, hopefully they do something, because this mode is a mode of two truths. Basically, those that are good at flying will always do well, but they'll do kind of well in the Imperials and really well in the Rebels. And basically it comes down to a matter of time to kill. Time to kill on the Rebel ships is way longer than the time to kill on the Imperial ships, and that immediately causes the Rebels to have about 90% map control. Even if you're a really good Imperial pilot, you'll mostly end up flying around the outskirts, the top of the map, the side of the map, and hanging out in your spawn. So I don't really take winning or losing very seriously in this mode. Although just the other day I was on a money Fighter Squadron team, and we won pretty much every game on the Imperials, so it's not impossible. Well guys, hope you enjoyed the gameplay, and I'm just waiting on an Origin sale so I can buy Battlefront on PC. Guys, thanks for watching, catch you later.